Hello everybody, welcome back, it's Celeste. It's been a couple of days. Where do I start with this one? Alright, this room. Heck me right in the hecker, honestly. It's the core. The core is hard. We're gonna do this for about 30 minutes or so, not even, and then I'm gonna try not to lose my shit in the process. And admittedly, that's the best we've done ever. So you know what? Maybe a little bit of damn it. Maybe a little bit of a rest is all I needed. But I don't understand this room, if I'm being completely frank with all of you. Like, how do I get past that section? Damn it. I have a feeling that I've got it now. The idea is that we need to go ahead and dash across, use the upward momentum of the chain dashing thing to get across. But then, have you guys noticed how hard this place is? You what? This initial jump in particular is also difficult to go with everything else that I just talked about. So, you dare! So yeah, fireballs, they're a thing. A ludicrous amount of spikes, also a thing. Fudge. We also only have 2 dashes. I don't know what that jump was. We also only have 2 dashes, so like we need to use them appropriately. That looked good for a second. Damn it. And that might actually be a very safe shortcut. Except for that time when it wasn't. Damn it, we're already dead. Oh man, I'm Ocean Day, Runani. Nope, we're not gonna make that one either. How did we do it that one time? Damn it. It's like the sheer number of spikes is just absurd, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, how do I get the momentum from that if I don't stand on there for like a half second at least? Oh, curses. Well, that one I probably should have just attempted to dash normally, but whatever. Hoo-wee! Alright, well, we're starting off real strong, but that's okay. It's not the point of these episodes. The point of these episodes is to... You're kidding! There's more after this. As if this little maneuver isn't enough on its own. Damn it. How? How do you even? Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Like, here I am playing Celeste, a game where, let's be honest, concentration's kind of key, right? You need to be able to concentrate, you need to kind of do your own thing. But if I do that, you want to know what's going to be really annoying? The fact that no one knows how my day went. My day was a good day. Overall, I got a lot of stuff done. Not all the stuff I wanted to get done, mind you, but, you know, a lot of stuff done, and that's important. I went to go see my doctor about physiotherapy for my back, so that way you don't have to end up being a cripple once every month. You know, it's good stuff. Ooh. And it was honestly a very uneventful trip. I brought my bike on the trip this time through the subway, because I wasn't going to make it there on time otherwise. And I'm proud to report that the collapsible bike that I got specifically for the purpose of being able to use the transit system in my city and in tandem with my bike in order to get places and do stuff has been a success. The pilot project for it, which was today, was a uproariously good success, actually. I managed to make it all the way to the doctor's appointment on time, and from there, made it to my subsequent 2 doctor's appointments on time. You wouldn't kill me now. You fools! You gave me the keys to the kingdom. My god. Crap. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, that crystal's there specifically for when you mess up. Crap. Damn it. One of these days I'll understand it properly. Ugh. Whoa! Kill me now. Okay. Where am I going? I need to find a switch. Is my feeling. I need to get to the other side of, I could have made that, I think. Anyway, instead of trying to talk about the game, which is proving to be a largely fruitless task. Whoop. Thank you. I hate it. Oh my god. We actually did it this time. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Just leave and re-enter. Perfect. But yeah, the pilot project for this was a good time because I managed to make it to my first doctor's appointment, made it to the second one, no problem. Right, those are spikes. And as a result of that, you know, I ended up thinking, you know what, maybe this whole biking thing isn't the worst thing after all. On top of that, turns out that riding my bike is actually a good thing for my health, physically speaking. Despite the fact that I got a weak back, being able to ride the bike and then riding that bike on a regular basis is good for me. It actually strengthens the muscles in my back that I needed to strengthen and keeps them loose, you know, limber. Doesn't allow them to get all messed up like they have been in the past. Why are we messing this up so badly now? I just don't understand. Oh my god. I feel like I'm doing the exact same jump I did before. And yet I'm just not pulling it off anymore. I mean, I understand it's the way things are, but... Whoa, we did it. No! That was beautiful and this game knows it. And I'm upset that it would think otherwise. Anyway. While I was biking around, I realized that it's been a while since I've done a lot of biking. Oh, Christ. It's been a while since I've done a lot of bike riding. And, you know, that's all well and good. Then I'm getting back into it. I missed it a lot. It's a sport that admittedly is a little bit more expensive to get into than some other ones. Yeah, it's not just a pair of running shoes. But at the same time, I like going fast. Like, I think one of the reasons why I don't like running inside of a gym was because a lot of the time in a gym... No, I had that. A lot of the time in a gym, you don't go anywhere, you know? You just stand on a treadmill, and you just... I mean, like, if I wanted that, you don't go anywhere. You just kind of expend all this effort to do nothing. And, like, if I really wanted that existential reminder of what my life is like, I would have just, you know, gone to sleep a little bit earlier and tried to, you know, not remember all the embarrassing things I've done in my life. Ah, crap. I thought I'd at least give it a shot. You know what I mean? Like, why give me this existential crisis now? You had it, you fool. That was right into the fireball. It's fine. Anyway, it's admittedly been a very interesting time for me on the biking front. I've really enjoyed it, but admittedly, unlike, you know, some other people who go on bike rides and seem to always have hilarious anecdotes to talk about, nothing really interesting happened to me while I was on my bike. Never ever does. I just tend to go fast and I get to wherever I'm going relatively quickly and peacefully. You know, it's like the dream, really, when you get down to it. If I'm going someplace, I just want to go there, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily want to have all this random shit happening to me. And I think that that's largely a constant. Oh my god, what was that? I think that's largely a constant. People end up wanting to, you know, go someplace or do something. Just let me do the thing or go to the place. You could have made it. Not that time you weren't. And anyway, honestly, when it comes down to traveling, I don't mind having a boring time. Like, a boring travel just means that you're able to concentrate on the whole going aspect of things. And what's more important than going when you're actually just... Thank you. I actually saved another death there. What a time. What's more important than the going when it comes to, you know, getting places? There's nothing more important. I think that people that are like, it's all about the journey. Well, you're right, but like, also I want my journey to be like pleasant and largely shit. But not largely shit, actually. I really like my trips to be largely simple and, you know, without too many interesting moments. Too many interesting moments means that I tend to end up having a situation where, you know, stuff goes wrong somehow. And in a world where things seem to go wrong fairly habitually, I'd like to avoid that. Ah, you threw me right into the flippin' fireball. That was beautiful. Oh my goodness. I thought I made that. Definitely made that though. Bounce, dash, bounce. No! Yeah, there's no way to cheese this one, I get the feeling. I don't know what I was doing there anyway. Anywho. Biking's pretty crazy when you think about it though. Like, sure, it gets you from point A to point B real fast. Oh. It gets you from point A to point B real fast, especially if you decide to put yourself on a speed that's above, like, you know, 10 kilometers an hour. Admittedly, that's not always the easiest thing to do, particularly when you're starting back out again on the whole biking thing, but I digress, so we'll talk about that in a second. Biking is still pretty insane. Like, I forget who said it. It might have been Bill Nye the Science Guy. It might have been Neil deGrasse Tyson. Damn it. But at the end of the day, one famous scientist said, it's like, man, biking's pretty amazing. For the price of a bowl of oatmeal, you can go like many, many, many kilometers in terms of just raw energy to output. And I was like, that is actually really sick. For one bowl of oatmeal, I can take myself across an entire city. Now, mind you, oatmeal sucks, and I would never willingly eat it. Unless if I was, like, attempting to go through one of my healthy, mental spurts. Which, like, if you ever try to eat oatmeal fast in the morning, it's, like, the worst meal to have, like, quickly. Like, I know they say that there's instant oatmeal out there, but that's a lie. Instant oatmeal does not exist. I tried. Instant oatmeal does not exist. And allow me to explain why. When it comes to oatmeal, it takes at least a certain amount of time to be able to actually, you know, make it. And every time I make it, something goes horribly wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, the oatmeal explodes. Oh, I put it in there for 2 seconds too long. Game over, man. Oatmeal's had its time. I didn't put it in there enough. Your oatmeal tastes like actual water. It's a bowl of water with oats in it. Because that's delicious. And healthy, I promise you this. Okay, bounce, dash, bounce. You didn't bounce high enough because you didn't push and hold the A button, you fool. Yeah, this room might take us like the entire rest of the episode. I don't even like, honestly, if this keeps up as far as pace goes, I might just keep the core as a personal project. Anyway, but yeah, oatmeal is actually like a tricky meal to make, despite the fact that it's not actually all that tricky. It's like pasta, you know. You put it in the water, you make sure it's hot enough, and then it eventually cooks. Really, oatmeal's not that big of a deal. And it is pretty much just It's like basic grassroots pasta. It's pasta that has not been turned into pasta yet. But for all that vaunted simplicity, bounce. Thank you. Oh my god, we actually made it. For all that vaunted simplicity, this is gonna take a while. Oatmeal comes with a couple of caveats. We actually almost had that. Should have gone harder there. Damn it. Oatmeal comes with the caveat that it's like actually harder to make by a mile because for some strange reason it feels like it has the need to explode. And I don't know why this is. Like, I actually don't know the scientific reason why when oatmeal is overcooked, it explodes. Like, you put it in a microwave for like too long, boom! The cataclysm. It has come to claim you. Damn it. The cataclysm has come to claim you. Damn. And it's the end of the world as far as your microwave is concerned. End of story. Crap. And pasta doesn't do that, which I think just makes pasta like a million times better overall, but I digress. Bounce, 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 bounce. I did not need to do a super bounce off of that one. It's fine. Bounce, 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 bounce. Too much. Forgive me for concentrating here. I keep doing the exact same mistake. I'm an idiot. I'm like a task bot that's learning. Oh. Please, we're so close. The good news is that the ending doesn't have you required a dash again. So if we need to use a dash at a certain point throughout this little lick of space, then we're actually good to go. That was a mistake. Anyway, despite the fact that pasta is like actually just fancier than oatmeal, it doesn't come with the problems that oatmeal comes with, which is weird. Like usually when something's fancier or more complicated, it comes with all the problems, you know? Like, here's this very difficult dish, you know, like an omelette souffle. Crap. Here's an omelette souffle. If you don't put it in exactly the right time and if you don't put it in like right before it needs to be served and then serve it properly, if you don't like leave it in for exactly the right amount of time, then guess who's starving tonight? Because this thing will look like a deflated, you know, food version of your hopes and dreams by the time that you're done with it if you decide to put this in the wrong way. And like, okay, that's fine, food. I don't mind you being this way, but I also have to be completely honest with you. Why you gotta be so complicated? And the easy answer is because it tastes good. Like if you make it properly, the dish is delicious. Oh my god, I can't get that jump right. But pasta bucks that trend. I mean, there are some complicated pastas. You make yourself a butternut squash ravioli, you best bet that shit's gonna be relatively difficult to make, especially from scratch. I've tried making gnocchi from scratch, and that was an experience. The amount of flour I had on my socks by the time I was done with that one was something else. And you might be asking, how did you get flour, you know, the cooking ingredient, on your socks? Trying to make a basic pasta dish. And the easy answer is honestly, I'm sorry, I messed up. Oh my good lord, that's gonna be a little weird one. This one values precision dashing, apparently. Ooh, rude. Precision dashing twice in a row. How fast do you need me to move around to the other side there? Whoa, hold on. Let's not die there meaninglessly, okay? Anyway, I understand that some dishes are hard to make. No doubt, okay? Now, some dishes are very difficult to make. Damn it. And, especially, and when it comes to pasta, yeah, sure, absolutely. You're kidding me. How much? So I have to grip it for it to start falling apart, which is like lame, but I'm having a hard time doing this one, man. No, oh my god. I just want to get the jump off the other side. But like, I think that for the most part, you know, pastas tend to be very, like, simple to make. I'm unsure as to how to do this, if I'm being completely honest with you. And that's exceptionally weird. Like, if you think about pizza, when was the last time that you made a pizza from scratch? To which all of you are going to be like, last night, it was simple. I put together this sweet dough, and then, you know, I homemade the tomato sauce. By the way, just on a quick aside, homemade tomato sauce. What the heck, dudes? That stuff's impossible to make and make it taste delicious for me. I've tried taking tomato paste and putting in all the spices myself. I've tried taking tomatoes and blending them. I don't have a third dash game. I'm so confused. How fast do I need to move there? And is there a way to jump up without needing? How do you get past this? Is there like a switch or something I missed in this room? Is there a developer shortcut or something I missed in this room? I'm losing it. Like, I don't understand how you do this one. Like, what's the secret technique? It falls apart and then what? Okay. But yeah, like, I've tried making tomato sauces at home, and they just taste like tomato juice. You know, they taste like V8's, you know, Clamato, except for without all the extra stuff. Or the V8 juice, but it's more like a V1 because all I've got's the tomatoes. No, you need to double jump across that freaking nonsense too. This game just is requiring a million miles an hour inputs, isn't it? Okay, that's fine. I can do that, maybe. Someday in my life it might be possible. I was getting closer. A million miles an hour inputs. We can do this. We can do this. I believe. Maybe. No! I almost had it. To answer my question, how do you do this? A million mile an hour inputs. Your fingers have to go faster. That's all. Which, again, is, like, hard for an old man like me. Also, how are you supposed to do it without... I suppose I do have to jump off the other side of that brick then, huh? Okay. No! Yeah! No! I can't handle it. It's more of this. Oh, good grief. Okay, I suppose that there is a way to do this where it's just like bounce and then you like go everywhere you ever wanted to go. Wow, that's exactly what happened. What a time to be alive. Nope, not that time. But yeah, like I've had a hard time landing that tomato sauce recipe that actually tastes like a full-bodied tomato sauce. I think that that's maybe the hardest part about getting a pasta right, is making the actual sauce taste good. Because when you get down to it, the pasta is literally just a vehicle for the sauce. It's a vehicle for all the rest of the flavors. It's not about the pasta itself necessarily having flavor. The pasta is a texture thing, I found. So, you know, obviously that means I'm a shiny golden god. Oh my lord, we're getting there. Hook, bounce. Get me out of here. Thank you. Alright, and you know what? I'm pretty sure this is kind of where I want to call it for now. It might be a short episode, but like this is a great time to just take it easy. But yeah, to finish off, pasta is definitely the vehicle for the actual tastes going on inside of a pasta dish. It is also worth mentioning, however, I'm going too high, hilariously, that despite it just being the vehicle, it's also the most important part to get right. Like, if you overcook the pasta, it's done, right? If you undercook it, it's like really hard and tough and annoying. But I mean, the window within which you have to work for that to turn out okay is quite large, I find. I hate that, by the way. Like, the fact that the fireballs are annoying is annoying. But whatever, we might make it past this room too if we're good about it. I think it just throws, like, that literally will just throw me into the spikes and kill me, huh? But anyway, look, oatmeal isn't fast. Biking around outside is. And this brings me to my final pet peeve that I wanted to talk about briefly, which doesn't involve food or anything of the sort. You know, I think I need to wait for like a second. I'm mad. I'm really mad because, like, I'm executing this part relatively well whenever I do manage to. And it's those fireballs that just end my life. So when I was talking, I wanted to go ahead and finish off my one idea I had earlier about the bike riding and the going 10 kilometers an hour thing. I have to admit that when people are biking, it's like a flat surface. And they're all like, yeah, this is fine. I'm gonna go 10 kilometers an hour. I don't get it. Like, you're on a bike, you're on a road, you got other cars around you, why aren't you moving? You gotta go faster than it takes to, like, make a bowl of oatmeal, okay? Like, oatmeal takes 17 years to make. As far as I understand it, it is actually not, like, instant oatmeal is a lie. Has to be. Pasta is somehow easier to cook, despite the fact that sauces make it harder. And yeah, this is about all the patience I have for this room for right now. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you folks enjoyed yourselves. I have no idea where my head went this episode, but I hope you enjoyed the commentary regardless. If you did, be sure to let me know with the like button down below. If you want to see some more, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications when these videos go live. But that's it for me. Celeste continues in the next episode. I'm out.